What is up, guys? Dad Dash here, and I'm coming to you today with another ride along. So we just got out of Little Caesars. We're dashing along the way into the Hagerstown market. We got a small, today is another $1,000 wrap-up day. So we're finishing up, I believe it's our 13th thousand of the year. I have to go double check that, but I'm pretty certain it's either the 13th or 14th thousand of the year. And we're going to be finishing that up today. We need 43.45, and we've got 9.75 already in the car right now that we are running down on our way into the Hagerstown market. Last night had a really lucrative night with the large order program. It was popping off like crazy. Started out with like a $38 order, got a $28 order, got another $38 order. We made $143 in a little under 3 hours. It was phenomenal. It was really, really good. So hopefully today, it's a Sunday, I'm hoping today we can pop off and get the 43 out of the way and then make this a little bit of an extra nice day and get off the road early evening and then get to spend the rest of my Sunday night with my family. So let's see if we can do that, guys. I'm going to take you guys along with me. And like I said, we're heading up to deliver the Little Caesars that's in the back. And I'll see you at the drop-off. Talk to you soon. All right, guys, Dad Dash back here. We are back. We are in the market. We had to come up here and was having some cell phone issues as far as connection-wise. Got all that worked out.
Right onto Railway Lane.
And got a 725 3-mile Outback order. So we went ahead and took that. We'd been waiting for a little bit. Figured, why not? Let's get that going. Let's get moving around the market. That's one of the things you want to try to do is get moving.
In 1,000 feet, your destination
that way
will be
you
on
can
the
kind of
right.
be moving around and getting paid to move. So this wasn't a bad one. Hopefully it's ready when I get there. That will definitely help out. So anyways, guys, I will be back to talk to you soon. Go over how things are, how things go with this order. And I'll talk to you in a minute. All right, guys, Dad Dash back here. So we got our order delivered, and it ended up being a $225 $5 payout. So not bad. We got it done pretty quick as well. I think we got it done in 14 minutes. So ended up with an order value of $31.07. Obviously, the name of the game now is get another order as quick as possible. So we'll see what happens. We're not too far from the shopping area we were in, which has normally good order flow all day long, especially on the weekends. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, I just want to jump in here, go over that with you, and as soon as I get another order. All right, guys, Dad Dash back here, and we have another order for BJ's. So my actual dash ended, and then I'm on a 3 to 5 right now, and then a 5:30 to 9:30 if I need it. So anyways, it's ready here in it's ready right now. Hopefully it'll be good to go. It was $9 for 7 miles. Now, here's the thing. The 7 miles, you may say, well, that seems like a little long, but it's not, because all the miles are along this highway corridor. And then you get right off, and then you go right to the subdivision right there. And I like all the restaurants. It's like a restaurant row. You can ride all up and down here during weekend afternoons, weekday afternoons, and you're going to get offers. So it's a good spot to be able to ride up to and hopefully get something to bring right back down here. And I just like to be able to ping pong back and forth, back and forth. It's a great corridor. So anyways, hopefully this is ready. That's going to be a key thing to making sure this order is worth it. So let me run in here, grab this order, or hopefully grab this order and see. All right, guys, so I made the pickup there for BJ's. I thought I'd come in and just talk to you for a minute about some things, that are on my mind. So, and that is this, I watch a lot of gig tubers out there. Why? Because I believe that when you're doing what we do, that, coming from where I've come from, in business, I've learned a lesson of others, right? Other people's experiences make you better. Those that don't understand that lesson, will find themselves stunted in some ways, because that is a quick way to get improved, is watch other people's mistakes, watch other people's successes. Don't do what they do, but watch what they do and then make it your own. Figure out how to adopt the positive things you like from them and do it. And that's what this YouTube thing should be about. What I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers is they're getting caught up, in the idea here where it's like everybody wants to tell everybody to get away from gig work, right? It would be like, which is crazy to me, because it's like, listen, you've had success doing it. Some of these people have had great success doing it. They're making content that's around gig work, and then their message is, leave, get away, stop doing it. That's crazy. Okay, we started doing this for a reason. Now, I will say this, it's not for everyone. And you need to decide if it is for you. But if you decide that you like the way this works, and it's working for you, and you're profitable, stick with it. But this idea that everybody should be looking at gig work as if it's some stop through onto something else, if that's your thought process, you've got the answers. It's not for you. But can it be for you? Yes. Can it be something you do for a living? Yes. I mean, listen, any business you run will have its sacrifices. If you're running a convenience store and you're running it, a convenience store needs to be open at times that you might be with your family or others are with their family, and that's when you're making money. That's when people are coming in and buying things and buying treats and buying stuff. It's when they're holidays and things like that. But if that's how you make your money, if that's how you support your family, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what it takes, you know what it entails, and if that works for you, great. If that works for you, great. And that's the messaging that's getting crisscrossed here. It's like, if this works for you, great, do it. And the YouTube forum and area should be about showing the good, the bad, the ugly. And the ugly is really ugly. A lot of people are showing the ugly right now because it's slow and it's not working. That means it's not for them. And I've said it's a small percentage that should be doing this as a full-time situation. But it's also good for some people to do it on a short-term situation. And everybody has their place in this community, because the short-termers who are coming out for 1 hour a day are not going to be cherry-picking. If you're coming out 1 hour a day to think you're going to cherry-pick in 1 hour and find great orders, or you may have a lot of 0 days. And if you're not out enough to know when to come out, you may have a lot of 0 or low-paying days. Look, if you're, but if you're coming out to do this as a temporary, short term, or just a couple hours a week, well, you know what? Come out, take every order, man. Take the money when you can get it, when the offer comes through. Have a minimum, boom, boom, boom. Don't be too particular, and take it. And you know what? You work. You get to take some of those orders, and you do some of the orders that I might not do because I'm out here for the longer haul, and others that are out here for the longer haul. But we need to stop telling people to stop doing this and not invest time in this, and not try to learn how to do it right. Because quitting is not the answer. It's not a solution for some. But figuring out if this is right for you is. And there's a big difference between telling somebody, this just sucks, get rid of it, leave, don't do it. And if you are doing it, you're wrong, you're stupid. Because guess what? Not everybody, that doesn't apply to everyone. And if that's how you're feeling, then you know what? I think we know where you belong. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. I see this stuff, I see the videos. I'm not calling any specific creator out. I'm not going to specifically talk to any creators, but this is not one creator. This is across the board. I see it on a lot of channels, and I don't understand it. And I say, well, you know what? Maybe you're not doing well because you're not mentally there. You're not mentally trying to do well. And if you're trying to quit, if your mind is on quitting all the time, then you get what you put in. You get what you put in. That's just what it is. The effort you put in, the time you put in, doing, what you put into something is what you're going to get out. Anyways, guys, Just want to share those thoughts. I'm on my way to this drop off, and I will see you when after we drop the BJs off, and hopefully go over the payout and what we're looking at. Talk to you soon. All right, guys. DoorDash back. You made that delivery. Word to the wise: if you don't have multiple lines of service for cell phone purposes, then you are making a big mistake if you're doing this, because I just prime example of why it's important to have multiple lines of service, as my AT&T phones were completely in a dead zone where this drop-off was. I was able to get my T-Mobile phone up and running, no problem at all, logged right in, got the order complete. So it's great. I have T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T, essentially the three big ones in my area, all available to me when I need them. And for me, I run the Verizon through my cable company, and I was able to add that on for very cheap, like $15 a month. And it's very, very much worth it, because I don't use it much. It's just there as like a backup line. And then T-Mobile's for my personal devices. And then AT&T is what I run everything through, which primarily AT&T does a good job, but you have spots, and that's why you got to be prepared. Anyways, guys, $9 face value payout, $18 order value. Not the best order value on that order. I think that the travel time got me a little bit. Haven't got an order yet. Did just get a $7.50 KFC offer going 6 miles. Too many miles for too little pay. We're not doing that. So we're heading back to where we can get posted up again. Hopefully we'll find something soon. And until then, guys, I'll talk to you then. All right, guys, DoorDash back here. So had a little controversy here. So as you all know, I use Maxymo driver utility helper. So I've not been using, and this is one of the reasons why I'm about to tell you, I've not been using the auto accept when I'm multi-apping, especially if I'm using multiple phones. But recently I turned it back on and thought, if I get a 10 and 2, $10 2 mile, which doesn't happen very frequently, I would, set up the auto accept, and normally I will power down the apps as soon as I hit accept. So I'm driving down the road, get a $11.11 8 mile order for Uber Eats at a Thai restaurant that I figured, you know what, most of the time orders like this are hiding some tip. It's probably a $3.11 base pay, $8, and it'll turn into $14, $15, $16, maybe more, just depends. So I thought, I'll take that. Why not? It's slow out. It's been a little slow out here. I just gotten burned on a DoorDash order, taking, $9 for
Continue
7
straight
miles.
to stay on Park Lane.
So I thought, you know what? Let's do it. So as soon as I hit accept, like magic and clockwork, DoorDash hits me with a $21.75 10 mile
In a
order.
quarter mile, turn left onto Potomac Avenue.
And of course, before I can do anything about that, boom, DoorDash auto accepts. Now, I looked at the order and I thought, okay, I'm going to try to do both, because I could have tried to make it work. And it would have been, to the tune of $32. So I thought, well, for $32, let's give it a try. Then I realized, I don't know why, but I was thinking that the Thai restaurant was an Indian restaurant that was closer to the Outback I had to pick up. I couldn't do it. So I had to get out of my Uber order, which is concerning for me because I'm at 88% completion rate, or 12% cancellation. Uber counts the negative, not the positive like DoorDash. So I was a little concerned. I didn't want to have to give up the order, and I thought, well, that's incentive to try to make this work. But then at the same time, too, I've noticed the higher the tip, especially in this area,
Turn left onto Potomac Avenue.
the greater the chance these people are going to get mad, try to leave you a negative rating on both, Uber and DoorDash. So I thought, well, when I realized how far of a distance away
Continue
the Thai
on
restaurant
Potomac Avenue for 3/4 mile.
The Thai restaurant was, I decided, you know what? Get out of it. But anyways, the cautionary tale here of this story is, if you're going to use auto accept, make sure you power down as soon as possible, or maybe don't use auto accept. I'm turning auto accept off. I've turned it off on my other two phones. I'll turn it off on my DoorDash phone here in a minute, because you know, as convenient as it is to have a 10 and 2 accepted, I'm going to accept it anyways, so I can do that, and then it won't put me in these jam up situations where suddenly, you know, I've got to let go of an order or cancel an order, you know, for a stupid reason. You know, now what would I have done in that situation? I don't know, because the DoorDash order was obviously much, much better than what I was going to do with Uber. So perhaps I would have canceled the Uber anyways.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Eastern Boulevard North.
You know, it kind of took that decision out of my hands. So, and I guess in a sense it helped me earn more money. So, you know, I guess it's all on how you look at it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you at the drop-off. We'll see how big this payout is, see if it grows at all.
Take the next right onto Eastern Boulevard North.
Or if it stays the same, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, DoorDash back here. So we made that delivery. It went well. It's a little bit out here, but it's actually right near another shopping, you know, not too far away from a shopping center that I've done some pretty decent business with. So, very hopeful something will come quickly. We've got to get gas. That's something that I just realized I needed to do because it just popped up. My gas light came on. So we're going to travel over, try to get some gas, and hopefully find an order quickly. We ended up with a $45 order value on the order, and we're $5 over our goal. So 13,000 of the year behind us. Right now we're moving on to 14. So, and I'd like to get 15 out of the way as soon as possible as well, because technically speaking, that's what I need to do in order for us to hit 36,000 this year. I've got to start moving fast and start earning a little bit faster to make up for some of the lost time earlier in the year. But we will continue focusing on that, see what comes, and see how it goes. Anyways, guys, I will be back as soon as I... Oh, and here we go, Fajita Grande.
Total cents.
So that's going up the surface. All right, that's taking me back across the market, but it's taking me kind of a little bit farther out. It is $10, but I don't know, it's a lot of miles. It's a lot of miles, and there we go, it took too long. So we went ahead and let it time out. I guess, oh no, I need to go left. All right, hold on here. Plus I need to get gas too, so I'm not gonna take that offer. I'm glad I let that one time out. Anyways, guys, when I find another offer, I will come back and talk to you. Anyways, DoorDash is back here. I went ahead and took the Fajita Grande order that came on during the last video. And what happened is I made a wrong turn. When you saw me decide left or right, I went left, and it was a dead end, and I had to come back. So my memory wasn't great on what direction I needed to be going. But I decided, you know what, listen, $10, I'd rather have money in my car. It's taking me back over. And when I looked at it a little closer after I ran the address, because it came back like 2 minutes after I had let it expire, and I realized that it's sitting right behind like the Chipotle and everything. So I think it's a good area. If I can roll Uber Eats and Grubhub on while I'm riding through there, maybe I can grab something on my way to these people's houses, or to this person's house, to make the drop off. I believe I've dropped off there before, and hopefully maybe get something lined up in that shopping area or nearby. All right, guys, I will be back to talk to you as soon as we get this delivered and go over how all this shapes up and looks. Do we get an order? Don't we? Do we stay busy? Don't we? Where do we end up? We will see, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, guys, DoorDash back here. We just made that delivery, And you know what? It was to one of my old regulars that I used to deliver to a lot when I was up here. Now, I have noticed something, okay, and I'm going to do a deeper dive video on this subject matter, but I've noticed something very important. When I used to be up here delivering, I worked this market for a year and a half. Only market I worked nowhere else. So I have a lot of customers. I had a 5.0 rating when I was up here. And I used to deliver to, like I said, a lot of people. I probably did my first 1,500 deliveries up here. And then I left and went to the Charlestown market, Martinsburg market, went all around. But I have noticed a lot of people, a lot of regulars coming back to me. So I've wondered, my acceptance rate right now is like 15%. So I'm like, how am I getting $20 orders? The $21 Outback order I did today, that was an old regular. Okay? They paid me $21.75 to go out to their house today and deliver to them. This order was to an old regular. They paid me $10, $4 base pay, $6 tip, to get me to take it and keep $1 a mile at $10 minimum, which I've been working very hard to train the algorithm on. Now that's what I need on these, longer journeys. So, building your book of business is extremely important. That is something you've got to do in all walks of business, whether that's in a sales job or in a delivery job. And here we go, 5 guys, 1169, 12 miles, decline. So, and I'm seeing it come to pass here. That the business I built years ago is still coming back to me. DoorDash is still recognizing that. And that gives me priority. And if my customer ratings remain high, my completion rate stays respectable, well, that's going to get me back to my, my acceptance rate might be low, but because I have established relationships in this area from before, and I'm available, the order comes to me. And because these were good tipping people, because I was building relationships with only good tipping people, I get good tips. So there's a lot more to it than just being a top dasher. If you start building the relationships and the 5.0 ratings with $2 tip customers, sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't, because sometimes that person might only be ordering McDonald's and they're tipping $2, or they might not tip at all. And you're going to get called back to that customer again and again and again. And it's the reason why order value is such a big focus of mine, is because the value of your time is the only thing that matters when you're doing gig work. If you're not valuing your time correctly, you will not make money correctly. I'll leave you with that. I'll see you when I get my next order. This order paid out face value, as I mentioned, $4 base, $6 tip, and about a $22 order value. So a little lower than 25, but it got me back in an area. We'll see if we can make it up. Like I said, I had a $45 order value on that order right before it. So if you blend them together, we were still probably well over $30 for the entirety of the time that I went and took the Outback order and then came back. So it all ended up, I think, working out. See you at the next order, guys. I'll talk to you soon. All right, guys, Dad Dash here. So coming to you here with good news. We got another order. A little late tuning in, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're on our way to the drop-off. It was a $10.15 5-mile order. I was actually considering doing a Spark Shop, and then I was looking at a couple of Instacart grocery pickups, and then this order came. So decided to go with this one because it was 10 for 5. And I thought it was a good order. So we are almost to the drop-off. In about 7 minutes, our 3 to 5 dash will end, and then we will begin again at 5:30. So we'll go on break for a half hour. I like to plan little half-hour breaks throughout the day, and I kind of use the DoorDash scheduling to do that. So that way, it's like, all right, I go offline and then I'll turn off. So, anyways, that's where we stand. And I'll be back as soon as I get this delivered to go over to final payout, and then we'll take it from there. Talk to you soon.
Doing all right. I got the next. I go, whoa, move it. By the time I get up,
They're
hitting the doorbell.
They're hitting the doorbell. There's
Yeah.
a drink for you there.
Alrighty.
Let's go through it.
That's a bag.
Yep. Hey, you have a great one.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, Dad Dash back here. So, haven't done one of these in a very long time. We're doing a Spark Shop, $34. I think 23 items. And these are some of the best shops, that you can do because, 20, 30 items are very easy to do because Walmart does a great job laying it out. So, going over here to get this shop done instead of taking a break. And we'll be back on DoorDash at 5:30. This will put us over 100. So, like I said, I was hoping to get at least $100 in before we would even consider going home today. We should have that in hand, and then maybe just do a little bit of dinner. Just a little bit of dinner. You get on a good roll like today, Sunday. Let's push a little bit. Let's get that 100 out, first 100 of the next 1,000 plus 40. That would be great if we could do that. It's not slowing down, it's staying busy. So, gotta lean in when it's good, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, good offer here. We're gonna go in here, get this shop done, and then I will be back to talk to you. All right, guys, talk to you in a little while. All right, guys, Dad Dash back here. So we just got done delivering the Spark order. It was an easy shop. It wasn't bad. It was crowded, so it took me a little longer than it would have because I had to wait on a checkout area. And then moving through some sections of the store was, a little problematic. But other than that, it wasn't a bad shop at all. We ended up with a $35 order value. We got it done, I think, in a little under an hour. So we got it done in 58 minutes. So it took me a little longer than I would have liked it to have taken, but that's okay. We're now back on. We still were able to get back on DoorDash on time. So we're on DoorDash now. We're back on Uber, back on Grubhub, sitting at about $103. So with that said, we shall see what DoorDash brings us and what the dinner hour brings us. It was bright red when I logged in, so I'm expecting there to hopefully be some opportunity there. And then I know, actually, I just realized I just got a notification here that my delivery block for Grubhub begins at 6:30 in my home area. So we may head down there for that if it's not hopping up here and we're not getting anything popping off here with DoorDash and Uber Eats and whatnot, and see if Grubhub tries to draw us down with an order. Sometimes they do that, especially if you're on a block. There's an area just outside. They'll bring you down or let somebody order up here from a restaurant up here and let you bring it all the way down to them. So anyways, guys, with that said, I'll be back when we get another order, or if I decide to call it, I'll come back and do the wrap up. Talk to you soon, guys. All right, guys, so Dad Dash back here. We made it back to our shopping area and promptly got a 1225 7-mile order for Noodles and Company. We were parked right next to Noodles and Company, so I went ahead and snapped that up. That was a good order. And it's only like a 9-minute drop off. So we are on that order now. That kicks off dinner. We'll see what comes. We're actually heading right back in the direction of where we came from for the Spark order. But there was really nothing going on until I got up here. I turned down a couple of Uber orders that were like 11 for 9, 10 for 9. There's just too many miles, even though it was $10 or over. And the direction and drop-offs I wasn't crazy about. So, anyways, we're on this 1225 7-mile order, and we'll see how it pays off. So, guys, I will see you at the drop-off, and go over everything, go over the payout and everything, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. How you doing? Doing well, doing well. Have a good one. Thank you. What's up, guys? Dad Dash here. So, it is late, and I came out here to do my wrap-up. I did not get a chance to do my wrap-up. Actually, I went on Pedro's show, and I didn't get a chance to wrap up my ride-along. But I also haven't talked to you since I was doing the noodle company order for $12.25, and a lot happened after that. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what happened and occurred, and then go over the final stats for today. So after that order for Noodle and Company, we got a 1975 green turtle order that ended up paying out $22.41. It was a LOP order. Then we took an Uber Eats order for $9.03 going 2 miles. Well, this turned into the biggest mistake of the evening, because we got to this McDonald's. I thought it was a different McDonald's. It's the McDonald's I've had lots of problems with. They virtually ignore gig work. You know, anybody that's working an app, they ignore you. They won't do the order. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And if you wait long enough, Uber Eats will let you off the order without penalty, and they'll pay you. So I contacted support, let them know the situation. They gave me $4 and let me off without it affecting my cancellation rate. Then I got Silk Thai, which is a Thai restaurant, for $11.32 for Uber. As I'm pulling up to the restaurant to click that, swipe up, they send me an add-on of $7 for 11 miles. And of course, as I'm swiping up, it accepted it. Uber does this from time to time. So I had to cancel that order. So cancellation rate went up to 13%. Which, of course, I'm being warned it's higher than my normal area, but I think I'm still okay. That order had a little extra tip on it. Got $12.35. As soon as I got done with that, I got a $7 Denny's order for Uber for going 1 mile, which I took. Got that delivered very quickly. Then I got a $15 DoorDash order for 8 miles. Took that order. Or it was 10 miles, actually. Sorry. Took that order. Got it delivered. Good order value. $42 order value. And as soon as I got that one done, I got a $11, I believe it was $11.25 going 4 miles, I believe. It auto accepted it. And then I got a $6.25 add-on. Now, this order kind of went off the rails because it was a stack. I let the customer know that was the second drop-off. Well, even though the app lets them know, I let them know. This guy calls me up and starts chewing me out. I said, okay, sir. I explained the situation. He calmed down. I even had to get a signature from him, and I was delivering to a plant. In fact, I believe I've delivered to this guy before. But anyways, I go and deliver, and I was shocked that this order went from $11.25 to $22. And then my add-on went from $6.25 to $7.50 for a total payout of $29.92. So, excellent. Obviously, that was an excellent order value. It was a $49 order value. So, how did we do for today? Ended up making $206.43 for the day. Drove 161 miles or $1.28 a mile. Exceeded our goal of $43 by $162. We worked 8.73 hours for a average order value of $23.64. We had an average delivery value. We worked 382 minutes of $32.42. We were on order 37 minutes per order. And we worked 73% of the time we were out. So how do we do cash flow wise, right? How did it turn out? We paid $37.71 in taxes, $16.10 to our car expense fund, $10.82 for actual gas cost, and we ended up taking home $141.80 of the $206.43. So not a bad day if I say so myself. Very pleased with how it turned out. I'm sorry I didn't get to show you more of the end, but it got dark and it was just tough to film, and it just didn't work out. That I just didn't think it was going to be good footage. So I thought, well, I'll just do a summary of it. I showed you a lot of the earlier parts of the day. Anyways, guys, listen. I'm going to leave you with this thought. Every order you don't like, every order you hated, every order that you thought this sucked, it started when you hit accept. Remember that. That's the place you need to start with if you want to make changes, if you want to get better, if you want to have better days. It starts right there. Look at what you're accepting. If you don't like what you're accepting, accept differently. Ask for what you want. Don't expect anybody else to give it to you. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. As always, stay safe, stay profitable, and I'll talk to you soon.